Hello everyone, it's Darla at Scrap Happens here with Tuesday's tip. And today I want to share a fun technique with you. I have a challenge going on in a group, a Stampin' Up group that I belong to. It's a team group and my upline does monthly challenges. And the challenge is to make a card using the faux linen technique. So I thought, if I'm going to make a card, I might as well make a video, a how-to video, and share it with all of you. So I've made two cards today, and they're both with the faux linen look, but they're both done in different ways. So I wanted to just real quickly show you how I did it. First of all, on this one, I'm using the Uniquely Artistic stamp set, which is new in our new catalog, which is live today. Go to my blog and you can link to it. scraphappensherewithdarla.com. Also, if you're a customer, I've already sent my catalogs out, so let me know if you have not received it. Everybody should have received them by now. And if you need a catalog, please message me and I will get one sent to you. I also used, well, on this card, I used the Wildflower Path for the happy birthday sentiment. And on this card, I used the lovely You stamp set for the Miles Apart, but still in my heart stamp set. I'm going to send this to a friend today or tomorrow. It'll go out either today or tomorrow. But let me get started and show you how I did it. I'm going to start with this one. This one is just so simple, you're not going to believe it, but it is such a beautiful look. I created it using the Hues of Happiness designer paper, and you can see how bright it is. But when you turn it into the faux linen thread, it really mutes those colors, which is beautiful. I think both are beautiful, so both would make a beautiful card. But we're doing faux linen today, so let me show you how I do it. This one's so easy. I have my tissue, my designer paper cut 2 3x3, and I have my tissue cut 2 3x3 as well. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my multi-purpose glue, put it on my designer paper, and I have a sponge that I'm just going to spread it around with. This, on the designer paper, this is super easy. You need to just moisten your sponge a little bit, but on the paper, it doesn't, you're not inking it, so it doesn't smear the ink. On the next one, you have to be a little more careful because we're stamping and it will smear the ink. So I took my tissue paper and I'm just wadding it up to get lots of wrinkles in it. And I'm going to open it up. And I'm going to just lay it onto my designer paper. Now you can either overcut your tissue paper or make it exactly. I tried to do this one exactly. I should have overcut it a little bit, but I will just trim this down for the card, where I didn't cover it everywhere. And so you can see those wrinkles in the paper. I think you can see them in the paper. And then you're just going to mount it onto some black cardstock after you trim it, of course. And then I added my sentiment by heat embossing it and then fussy cutting it out with my paper snips. So next, I'm going to show you how I created this card, and I'm going to do some stamping. So I have my Uniquely Artistic stamp set. I have my cardstock pre-cut. This is at 3 1/8 by 3 1/8, and I have Evening Evergreen ink. And I'm going to stamp onto the cardstock. Now, when you put the linen thread, oh my goodness. When you put the tissue paper over this, it's going to mute it. But I want to add some brightness to this as well. So I am going to also stamp onto the tissue paper. Again, I'm using Evening Evergreen, and my first stamp was kind of in this direction, so I'm going to just move it down a little bit and kind of turn it. And then I'm going to stamp the flower using Orchid Oasis ink. And I'm going to stamp the inside of it, but I'm going to stamp it off first on the side there so that it doesn't cover all my lines. But it adds color to it. Then I'm going to just move this off to the side, wrinkle up my tissue paper. And I'm going to take my stamped image on my cardstock. I'm going to add some glue, and I'm going to take that sponge again and just dab it around. I should have got my silicone sheet. And you can see how it kind of brings the color up from the ink. But that's okay because the linen or the tissue paper is going to go over it. And I did add some brushed brass butterflies. So if there's a spot that you don't like. And then I'm just going to put it on. Can you hear that banging? You might not be able to hear it. I can hear it. The horses are telling us they're hungry. My daughter has a horse, and then we have a friend that keeps her horse here as well. They like it after a lunchtime snack. And they let you know when you have forgotten. So this one is even better. I have lots more wrinkles in it. And this is one that I went oversize. And so I'm just going to trim it. You could do it with your paper trimmer or just with your paper snips is fine too. And then I'm just going to mount it onto my, oh, I missed a piece of the trim. Oh, I missed a couple pieces. I'm not a good... I need to go back to kindergarten and learn how to use my scissors, I guess. So there you go. Now, so you can see how this is kind of muted, and then the underneath part. And I did look at my ink got on there when I wadded up the paper. So I'll probably just add a butterfly in some of these places. So maybe trim this down a little bit so it's not there. But here's the finished card. You can see the vibrant part that's stamped on the tissue paper and the muted part underneath. And again, the sentiment is from the Wildflower Path stamp set. Here you go, 2 beautiful cards. But completely different, but as super fun technique. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. Go to my blog, scraphappensherewithdarla.com, and you'll find lots more inspiration there. And you can follow me on Instagram, and you can follow me on Facebook. I love to share what I do with you, so please follow me. And be sure to take a look at the new catalog and let me know if you need one. It's amazing, the new products that we have out. You're going to love them. Have a great day, and I will see you next week with Tuesday's tip.